Hello again, welcome to SmartGence training. So this session will be on approval process demo. Okay. So firstly, to navigate our approval process, again we have to come to setup and then quick find. If we search for approval process, yes, it will be available under process automation. So on a click of approval process, I'll be led to this page, right? So as you can see over here, we can select the required object to which we have to customize, configure the approval process. So like for example, let us configure the approval process for this job application object. So when I click on this, so if there are any active approval process, then it will be listed over here. If there are any inactive, then it will be displayed over here. Since there are none, I'm seeing no approval process over here in this section. That is like creating a new. So for creating a new approval process, as you could see, there is this button, right? So when I click on this button, we can see those two types of approval process wizards. One is jumpstart wizard and other is standard setup wizard, which we have seen in the presentation, right? So let us try using this standard setup wizard for the demo purpose. I am clicking on this. So as you could see, there are 6 steps, whereas if we select jump wizard, then it will be just a single step process. So yeah, here as you could see, there are 6 steps. So let me define the process name as job application approval. Then the unique name would get auto populated. So description we can provide it if needed. So clicking on next. So here, yeah, we can define the entry criteria. So what this will do is, so if a user is trying to push a record which is not defined here in the criteria or the formula met, then it will not allow. Then the record will not be pushed for approval. So here, let me define. Okay, so we have this field called status in job application. So let me define this criteria as ready for, like, yeah, the status equals to ready for approval. So what it will happen is, if there is any records which is being pushed for approval by a user whose status is not ready for approval, then it will not be pushed for approval. Let's see how it works in some time. Okay, so clicking on next. So here, yes, sir. So what we can define over here is we can define the automated approval routing. Like when I click on this, drop down, you can see the manager field. So this particular manager field will be available while the user creation. So we have this manager field while creating a user. So what would happen is, if we select this manager field, then the route would happen automatically to the manager of the approver. Okay, so I'm leaving this as none. But yeah, let me select this manager and see, and you can see this checkbox being enabled, right? So if this checkbox being checked, what would happen is, instead of routing to the manager of the approver, it would route to the manager of the owner of the record. Okay, so that is what this checkbox is for. So for now, I'll leave this as null. None. Then we have this record editability property section, right? So as you could see, we can select administrators only can edit the records during the upload process, or administrators or the currently assigned upload can edit during the upload process. So we can select either one of these. So I'll leave this as is. Clicking on next, step 4. So yes, we can define the email template assignment, approval assignment email templates. What will happen over here is, whenever a record is being routed for an approval for the user will receive an email with the template selected over here. So let me select an email template. So yeah, I have this approved email which I have created specifically for this email template. Okay, so clicking on next. And yeah, this basically, we will be getting this approval page layout when selecting, when a user tries to open this particular approval, open this particular record for an approval. So yeah, let me click here to show an example, but this basically, is in classic UI, but for lighting UI, it will vary quite a bit, but I'll show you while approving a record. Okay, so I'm just showing this for you for your reference. Okay, so for that page layout, we can define what are the fields which should be available. So let me select another 2 fields, maybe position and website name, right? And yeah, as you could see over here, by checking this checkbox, we can display the approval history information in the same page layout. So yeah, we can define it or not. I'll leave this as is. And security settings. So what this basically is, it would allow approvers to access the approval page only from within the Salesforce application, which is recommended. So if this radio button is being selected, then they would also be, access the approval page from within the Salesforce application or externally from a wireless enabled mobile device. So this basically specific for mobile device. So we don't need to worry about that as of now. So I'll leave this radio button checked as is. Clicking on next. So yes, here. So this basically defines who should be the initial submitter. So basically, we can select either the owner or the creator of the record or some of the users based on the public groups, roles and subordinates and users. So here we have this website owner, right? So what this means is only the owner of that particular record would be able to owner of that particular website record would be able to select the would be able to push the push this particular record for approval. Okay, so yeah, we if I select creator, then we can have the record creator as well. So let me have this record creator as well. So what this means is a website which is again related objects. So website's owner or the record creator of this particular job application should be able to push this record for approval. Okay, so let me have this access. And the page layout settings is basically when this checkbox being set, we have this submit for approval button, which is a standard Salesforce button. So if this checkbox being checked, that button would automatically be added to this related all the job application page layouts available. Okay, so that is what this mean. This checkbox is for. And submission settings is basically, if we can allow the submitters to recall the approval request, then we can have the checkbox being checked. I'll leave this. I'll have this checked. Okay. So clicking on save. Yeah, so now the upload process has been saved, right? So as you could see, while saving this, we are getting three another radio boxes. So firstly, as we have seen in the presentation, we would be defining the approval steps, right? So if you want to set the approval steps right away after creation, then we can have this radio box check. Or if you want to have this later, and if you want to take us back to the approval detail page, which we have just created, we can have this check. We can have this radio button check. Or if you want to take back to the listing of all approval process for this particular object, which is the first page we have seen just now, we can have this radio box check. So I'll have the first box check so that we can define the approval step now. Okay, so clicking on go. So this again is a three-step process. So we can have we can have the approval step name defined. Okay, so I'll have this as again approval step for job application, right? Unique name auto populator and step number will be defined. I'll come back to the step number later in quite a few minutes. Okay, so description we can have it or not. Okay, clicking on next. So yeah, the step two would be if you want all the records to enter this step, or if you want very few records which meet the criteria to enter this step, or else we can approve the record or reject the record. So that is what basically this mean. So I'll have all records should enter this step. Clicking on next. Right, yeah, so this is basically the part where we define the approver. So we have a few options, as you could see over here. We can let the submitter choose the approver manually, or we can automatically assign it to a queue, or we can automatically assign it to a user or a queue or a related user. So we can define the approver over here. All right, so yeah, again there is this. I'll have this as choose the approver manually. And we have this checkbox, right? So this basically, as you could read over here, the approvers delegate may also approve this request. So only if this checkbox being checked, then the delegate user would be able to approve the request. And by delegate user, there would be a delegate user which will be defining on the user detail page. So that is what they mean delegate over here. So let me have this radio box and the checkbox being checked, saving this, right? Right. So again, a few more radio boxes as you could see. So firstly, if you want to create a new approval action for this step, we can select this. If you want to select a rejection action, then we can have this. Or if we don't want to create it right away, we can have the third radio box being checked. What I'm going to do is I'm going to define an approval action. So I'll have this first radio box being checked. and we can define the approval actions. One of these are, so we can create a task, or we can send an email alert or field update or outbound message. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to have a field update. So I have selected the field update, clicking on go. So what I'm going to do is okay, I'll define this as status field update as the name, and unique name will get auto populated. So what I'm going to update is we have the status field, right? So this I am going to update it as approved. So this is what I'm going to do. All right. So yeah, I'm going to save this. All right, so now we have the upload process being defined. So we have all the everything being defined, right? Let us try, submitting a record for upload and see how it works. Okay. So again, yeah, before that, we can also define the, rejection actions. The approval actions, rejection actions, recall actions over here by just, adding a new, a new action over here, right? So I'll leave this as is for now. We'll see how this works, right? So navigating to job applications. Oh yeah, before that, actually we have to activate this particular upload process for this to be enabled, right? So let me activate this. So we'll be getting this, just a warning. So one, okay. So now, as you could see, the this particular upload process is set to active, right? So yeah, coming back to this, let me open a record. And yeah, as you could see here, the status is submitted, right? So if you remember, we have set the where is it? Yeah, we have set the entry criteria as status equal to ready for approval. So let me try to push this for approval. So we have the submit for approval button, right? So when I click on that, yeah, we can add comment, maybe pushing for approval. Then I'm submitting this. Yeah, as you could see, you can see this no applicable upload process was found. This is because we have this entry criteria different, right? So let me quickly update the status field to ready for approval. Save this, right? And I'm going to submit for approval now. Okay, submitting for approval, clicking on submit. Yeah, we can choose the next approval. This is because we have this assigned approval as manually chosen in the approval steps, right? So I'm going to select this next approval as William Jones. This is because I have set the William Jones with one of our test emails, so that we can test this email template which we have defined in the approval process, right? So this has been submitted for approval. So to see this approval steps, when we come to this related list, you can see this approval history related list, right? So here you can see the approval submission, then the first, the approval action. So right now the status is pending for now, and we can see the assigned to William Jones, right? So let me quickly check the email whether we have got this email, or let me refresh this. And yeah, as you could see, yeah, this is the email template which I have set, and the upload has received the email. Okay. So right, let me now log in as a William Jones user and see how this works. But before that, you can see this upload reject button over here, right? So this is because me being an system admin are trying to open this record. So whereas if some user, original end user, tries to submit a record for approval, then they won't be able to see this upload reject button unless they are the submitter won't be able to see this approve or reject button. Okay, they would only be able to see this recall button. So that is because we have this recall option enabled at the upload process level. So just ignore this button. So let's now try logging in as William Jones and see how this works. So I'm navigating to William Jones user page. So here it is, William Jones, and I'm logging in. And we have to navigate to this A0006 record, job application record, right? So job applications, all, yeah, A006 is over here. So I'm navigating over here. And if I come to this related, as you could see, here is this approval history, and he has this approve reject button since he is the approver. So let me open this step name. So yeah, this is the approval page layout I've been talking about. And as you could see, there are these three fields which you have selected over there is available over here. This is the approval detail page. So we can approve, reject, or reassign it. So what I'm going to do is quickly approve this, right? So I am providing the comments as approve, clicking on approve. So yep, coming back to this record. Yes, as you could see, the status field has been updated to approved, since that is what we have defined at the approval action section while configuring the approval process, right? So yeah, this is how approval process would work. And yeah, as said earlier, we can also define the final approval actions, final rejection action, and recall actions as well. So by final approval actions, like for example, let's say we have more than one or two approval steps, and what if the process being, so I'm sorry, the record being finally approved. So we can define that as well over here, and all these sections. And yeah, I've been talking about the step number, right? So step number is basically, since there are only one step over here, so it would get, or I mean it would get it would get enabled for the first time. So it would get yeah. Okay, talking about the step number. So since I've been talking about the step number, right? So since we have only one step, so this would firstly be executed. But if there are more than one step, so then we can define the step numbers. So it would be executed subsequently. So that is what the significance of step number is over here. So yeah, I hope this give you an idea of approval process. Thank you and happy learning.